All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Baddy Overwatch League Season 8 playoffs. I am AJS0, and I am super excited to bring you guys our first playoff matchup. We've got Big Brain Ethoughts going up against the third seed, HAREM. As mentioned, I am AJS0, and I am joined here tonight with my wonderful co-caster, AJS0. AJS, how are you doing? Thanks, Swift. I'm doing good. I'm really excited to be casting with you by myself. The two of us together, we can accomplish a lot. So we've got. We're gonna try a solo cast BOL. We're gonna see how it goes. Rakudo might show up at some point during this match, but until then, it's just me and you, and this is gonna be intimate, and it's gonna be bad, and it's gonna be Overwatch. So for anyone that may have missed the pre-show, we've got a 1-4 matchup going here, but with one caveat: HAREM is currently at a 1-0 score lead, as if they had already played and won a map. This is their advantage for being a higher seed. We since every other team that's a higher seed gets to skip matches in the playoff bracket, the third seed doesn't get any advantage. So we have gone back and forth on doing this, but this season we are giving that one map lead. So what is essentially map 2 here, it's control, and here we go. We got Big Brain Ethoughts on the red side, HAREM on the blue side. Who will take Busan's? We've got the HAREM looping off to the side here, and these teams are gonna, as King of the Hill do, make their way towards the point. Very different compositions coming out here. Ooh, Dano's going to get fire struck on the Tracer. That's a nice advantage for the HAREM as they're now making their way onto the point, leading the charge behind this Doomfist as the point is now unlocked, and they are really forcing. And yet, despite having 5 members there, Big Brain Ethoughts was contesting, but they're still going to give this point up. Remember, they were down 1. Dano just now getting back, but they've just lost Slice Bread. The Winston is down, and now we're going to see if they can burn Zap out, who is flying the hell away for this one. Big Brain Ethoughts now kind of staggering out of here, but Cube and Pete going to be the last stagger, and that's a good amount of time burned there by the HAREM. As by the way, there is a Sombra around to the side here that they're going to try to pick out. I don't think they're going to get Brian, though. And now HAREM is maybe a bit ahead of his team here. They're going to try to jump him, but I don't think they're going to accomplish a whole lot. By the way, Surbird is just like flanking over here on this Moira. I don't know what was going on there. But this is still looking good for HAREM. They look very in control at this point. Brian is kind of in the back line on this Sombra, but not that close to an EMP though. Cthulhu and you did go down before he can open. Oh, part-time Jesus with a fake shatter. But while this is going on, Dano and Surbird finding kills, and this is going to be HAREM falling apart. It's just HAREM and part-time Jesus alive, and that won't last. A full team kill. Not a lot of ults committed. And that point's going to flip over to Big Brain Ethoughts.
What an interesting hypothesis.
So it looks like we got some swaps going through. Wacky Tobacco swapping off the Hanzo. By the way, Wacky Tobacco playing DPS this map, not playing tank. So we do have a Graviton Surge available for HAREM, but we'll see. Maybe he can combo that with the Doomfist ult. There are tank ults available on the other side. There's about to be an EMP. First out of Brian, so that's probably going to be the big one to watch for, as Slice Bread's popping his ult early, Zappa chucking his ults early. There's the EMP bomb, going to be a triple, and Big Brain Ethoughts are going to easily take this fight. Another team kill. So at least for HAREM's sake, they do now have the ult advantage. They have the ult advantage. There's going to be some sauce Cthulhu and you over to the Reaper, but they're getting close to a sound barrier. That'll be a big one. That's Graviton Surge, still available from HAREM, as the HAREM is now making their way onto this point. They're all just charging in. Graviton is just going to hit a monkey, but that monkey is going to die, as Brian on the Sombra is going to go down. Big Brain Ethoughts has kind of really backed off at this point, and HAREM capitalized on this. They've got 3, they've got 4, and another fight where this is such an odd game. The team that's winning these fights is the only team getting any kills on a fight-by-fight basis. No one is dying on the team that's winning the fights. There's no back-and-forth trading. But as we get towards this next fight, Wacky Tobacco built up that Deadeye very quickly. Part-time Jesus kind of getting close on a shatter. And Gluba does still have the sound barrier. There are a few ults available here on the side of Big Brain Ethoughts. And Gluba, he's going to pop that sound barrier nice and early. They do not want to lose anyone, because if they win this fight, they win this round. Deadeye came out in the back end, but didn't find him. But Gluba does get the first kill on a Dano, but now it's Part-Time Jesus and Wacky Tabaki going down. Finally, some kills being traded. Advantage, big brain ethos right now, but it's close. Now it's 4v4. Brian now making his way onto the point, trying to hack some bodies out. Wacky Tabaki, by the way, switching over to Tracer. He'll be back soon. As we've got a 4v4, everyone just kind of kiting around this drum right now, but here we go. Reaper gonna finally get an ult, pops it. Some of it's eaten it by the sound barrier though, and it doesn't quite find anyone. And now here we go, Part-Time Jesus makes it in. He slams one, but he's not able to quite get the kill. This is still, oh, Juman Pro though. That's a Ana down for the holders right now. Here we go, Zappa's gonna get the Diva ult, but that was probably not the greatest place for it. He actually gives up the point by stepping off. And that is going to be the first round of Busan going over to HAREM's HAREM.
1-0.
Whoo!
Ready for battle.
It's an honor riding by your side, man.
Oh, you always were a charmer.
So as we head on to the next round of Busan here. Yo, shout out to this map. Good choice from Big Brain Thoughts picking this one. Busan came out not that long before I stopped playing Overwatch. I really like this map.
5, 4,
And we got more of the general same here in round 2. Big Brain Thoughts sticking with the dive. HAREM's HAREM. HAREM is switching over to a Roadhog, but not the dive. So once again, we'll see these opposing identities against each other as this fight's starting. We've got Brian on the Sombra looping very far behind to the back line right now. Gonna look for some hacking, and he's gonna just port his little ass out of there. As Big Brain thought that they're making their way towards this point. Just a lot of damage being traded. Ooh, Wacky Tabagi does find the kills on a Brian off screen there. And Zappa's going to lose his mech and his life, and that's probably going to be a one fight here. And once again, Slice Bread contesting the point from 2 feet off of it. We got 3 for 0 in favor of the HAREM here. Oh, make that 4 for 0. Dano, Kid and Hook killed. And HAREM, they're going to take this chance to push on forward a little bit. HAREM is going very deep here. I hope he knows his team has completely abandoned him. HAREM may have gotten caught out there, and Zappa's going to take the kill. And now we have a man advantage for BBET as they're going to try to wrap their way back towards this point. They are rushing down while one of these tanks is down. So how long can the HAREM stall this one out? Jumanfo going to commit the Moira Coalescence, trying to slow this one out, but Wacky Tabaki is down, and now you have to think this point will not last long. Zappa has died on this entry though, but there we go, Cthulhu and you down as well. This is big man advantage in favor of Big Brain Ethos, but they're still going to, the HAREM's here, I'm still going to try and stall it at this point. HAREM has made it back to this point. He has swapped over to Zarya now. As Part-Time Jesus is actually buying a lot of time. They're going to kill the Dana who had swapped onto Mei here. And now I think almost everyone is back. Sound Barrier was committed by Cuban Pete just out of panic there. And a slam though out of Zappa. That should finally end it. I would think, but Wacky Tabaki with the high noons can get people backing up. Cthulhu and you with a nice Reaper. They're backing everyone off the Sound Barrier. Somehow, HAREM's HAREM in this fight that they were completely outmanned. They've lasted long enough for Part-Time Jesus to get the shatter, and HAREM's HAREM never loses the point. They've wasted so much time, and now they've finally won this fight. Unreal.
I'm gonna pretend I said that.
Just stay off until the next map. Holy crap. That was a sick fight. I wish I had the stream on one other monitor because I don't know how the hell the HAREM pulled that off. But now it's 90% here, and Big Brain Ethos has to win this fight. The only ult they have right now is Sliced Bread with a massive Graviton Surge. He's chucked it in, but it's just going to be Reinhardt shielded, and Brian on the Doomfist dies before he can get the ult on this entry. And this is looking very good for HAREM's HAREM here to take Busan, take a 2-0 lead in this series. Cthulhu and you is putting out so much pressure on this Reaper. They did, though, lose Wacky Tabaki on the back end. Slicebird's kind of putting out some good pressure on this point. But, oh man, Cthulhu and you gets the Reaper ult, and that is going to be the game ender. Brian ults in, but that is going to be the last man standing. And 100-0, Busan round 2 is going to go over to HAREM's HAREM. Hey, Rakudo, you just missed a heck of a map.
It sounds like I did.
But we'll have Rakudo join us in here for the next map. But in the meantime, we got Zappa with this play of the game. Oh no, this was the EMP map. Yeah, this was probably the one really good offensive play that Big Brady Thoughts pulled off this map.
Yeah.
All right, so the stream is going to go down really temporarily. It will be back up in just a moment. So everyone, keep your fingers on that F5 key if you need to. We'll be right back.